So, I mean, for a team that, hasn't played in 2 weeks, and you had guys miss a lot of practice, you had a rather easy time winning tonight.
Yeah, well, we also played a team that had probably even more issues in terms of, fielding the team. So, but I think the key was the guys, Jalen Hunter, Austin, CJ probably earlier in the game, those guys were ready to play and played well and made life easier for the guys that had been out. And I think, you look at Kalu, and that was obviously far from being Kalu's best game, but he really, really worked. I mean, you could tell early on, he was sucking wind and he was fighting through it, but he gave us a great effort. And Charles and D'Lo struggled a little bit more. I mean, they seemed sluggish to me, but
4-6-5
with with lots of urging, I think they fought through and we're better towards the end, and we're going to need them on Saturday. But Mackay's another guy that had been in isolation, and he came out tonight and wasn't the sharpest from an offensive standpoint, but his effort was fantastic, and what he did defensively was terrific. So, great team win. We wouldn't have anticipated it being the margin being what it was, but we'll certainly take it. And now we've got to enjoy this one tonight, get a good night's sleep, and prepare for what will be another really important game on Saturday against UTEP.
Has UTEP, so they're coming definitely, as far as you know.
They're playing Charlotte tonight.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Austin, did he start it because Kalu had been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we really didn't know what to expect with Kalu, and I mean that was a no-brainer. But I think the way Austin is playing is going to have me looking at things, and I'm not talking about just he and Kalu, but
maybe playing them together.
We'll have to see, but I guess that's a good problem to have, because he's playing the best basketball of his career and has been really, really good for us now for about 5 games. So we'll have to talk as a staff and whatever the decision is, and moving forward. I'm not going to change the starting lineup on Saturday. We'll stick with this, but beyond that, we've got to figure out what the starters will be, and I don't know that minutes change a whole lot, but guys like starting, so you want to reward, but at the same time, it's I don't know if it's a set in stone rule, but most of the time you don't. If somebody gets sick or somebody has an injury, you don't take them out of the starting lineup. So we'll have to figure that stuff out. But the good thing is, Austin's playing well. We played well. We've played well 2 games in a row, even though they were spread out, and hopefully we can kind of keep moving down that road.
Austin, at times he plays with a lot of emotion, and sometimes it gets away from him. Recently, he seems to have channeled it in the right way.
Yeah, I think so. There was one time, and I said, Austin, stop. Don't go over the top. I'm all for celebrating, having a good time, being excited, but you don't want to disrespect your opponent. You don't want to disrespect the game, and you can't celebrate and then forget what we're doing. In the midst of celebrating, we're getting a layup at the other end. That's I mean, he's an emotional guy. So that's not a bad thing, but you gotta channel it.
David Hall's good. He heard you on post game, so
good, because I was worried.
I could tell. That was almost with a straight face.
Jalen, with some of the other kids having been out and unable to practice, did you kind of feel like you needed to step it up a little bit for the other guys?
I knew being one of the 6 people that was still here and not having COVID, we needed to be good enough so we can lift the people who are coming back. Obviously, they were in the rooms a lot, so they were probably more out of shape, and shot was probably feeling a little weird and stuff. So our job as the 6 people that were still there was just to lift them up when they came back to practice.
So you had as few as 6 people in practice recently.
Yeah, those were some fun practices.
Yeah. How does that work?
You just got to do the drills. You might have a little bit less rest time in between the drills, but you got to get them done. And we got into pretty good shape doing that. So,
UTEP, well, you guys lost your last 3 in a row in non-conference. Now you've won 2 in a row. How does that feel?
it feels good. Conference wins obviously aren't easy to come by. We want to get back to 500. We want to get over 500. And obviously we want to keep just winning in the conference, because I just remember last year playing Western Kentucky for that regular season championship. I think if we would have won some games earlier in the conference season, that game wouldn't have had to been so significant. So these wins matter.
Winning a regular season championship means a lot. doesn't
I want to win regular season, postseason, all that.
Yeah, it's actually not, but it's the top seed. That's the thing. It's not the championship per se. I
Mhm.
think it's the top seed on the East, and then the top seed. You know, that's what we were playing Western for in that last week.
Mhm.
And given that the league has decided they've got a formula that takes into account not just the actual record, but your winning percentage. And then there's 25, that's 75% your winning percentage, but 25% of that, I believe, is how many games you play. So you know they're encouraging you to play as many games. They don't want somebody being 8-0 and win the league, and somebody's 14-3 and they lose. So
So the league standings aren't going to tell the whole story here. I didn't realize that.
So you want to play as many games as you can, and obviously you want to have the best winning percentage. All right, I'm going to bed.